The NFL's first month is winding down, and with every team somewhere between 4-0 and 0-4, Week 4 provided a mix of surprises, breakout performances, and frustrating disappointments for fantasy managers. Some players finally lived up to expectations, while others were sidelined by unfortunate circumstances or overshadowed by teammates. Among the winners, Raiders rookie running back Ashton Jeanty had a breakout performance after a slow start to the season. Facing the Chicago Bears' porous defense, he rushed for 138 yards on 21 carries, including a 64-yard touchdown, and added 2 receiving scores, finishing as the week's top fantasy RB. Houston Texans Woody Marks, a waiver wire find, impressed as well, outgaining Nick Chubb and scoring a rushing and receiving touchdown against the winless Titans. Pittsburgh's Kenneth Gainwell also paid off for fantasy managers, filling in for Jaylen Warren with 99 rushing yards and 2 TDs, plus 35 receiving yards, though his value is limited next week with the Steelers on bye. Wideouts Xavier Worthy and Jordan Addison proved their worth, erasing doubts from earlier inactivity. Worthy returned from a shoulder injury to record 83 receiving yards on 5 catches and a 35-yard run, boosting Patrick Mahomes' performance. Addison, returning from a suspension, caught 4 passes for 114 yards, including an 81-yard catch and run, complementing Justin Jefferson's 126-yard day and highlighting the Vikings' offensive potential. Rookie QB Jaxson Dart also impressed in his first start for the Giants, finishing with a passing touchdown, a rushing score, and 54 yards on the ground, showing promise despite modest overall stats. However, not all performances were positive. Dart also landed on the losers list as star WR Malik Nabers suffered a season-ending knee injury, limiting fantasy potential and forcing other players to step up. Colts QB Daniel Jones and RB Jonathan Taylor were victims of teammate miscues, losing long touchdowns to Mitchell's premature celebration and a holding penalty, respectively. David Montgomery of the Lions struggled for touches, overshadowed by Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown, finishing with just 12 rushing yards and 1 target. Chargers WR Ladd McConkey also underperformed, catching only 1 pass for 11 yards while Herbert targeted Keenan Allen and Quentin Johnston more heavily. Week 4 showcased both the highs and lows of fantasy football, highlighting emerging stars, missed opportunities, and the unpredictable nature of the sport. Managers who made key adjustments or relied on depth players were rewarded, while others were reminded of the volatility inherent in every NFL season.